Hello, 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 my lovely gems, and welcome to Gems Life Live. And we gonna get into some things. Okay. Welcome, my lovely gems, to
Thank you.
Gems Life Live. Hello, Pablo.
How's it going?
How are you tonight?
I'm great. I'm feeling good. A bit sick. I think that fall season flu's kind of rolling in a bit, but
Yeah,
I'm good,
all of a sudden the flu is back, right?
Yeah, I got that little bit of sore throat, but it's all good.
That's okay. So, just actually talking about the beginning of everything. That's how I like to start. It's Gems Life Live. We want to hear the gems. So the first
Yes.
gem I want to know about is your name.
Full
Because the
name?
beginning is your name.
Full name Dawson Pablo, aka Young Prince. You can call me that, but stage name Pablo.
Stage name
Yes,
Pablo.
yes.
So where does the Dawson? I think of Dawson's Creek.
Everyone says that, yeah, Dawson's Creek. Yeah, I think I know about that show. I'm just a bit too young, It's a bit. I'm a '99 kid, so it's probably just.
You're
just
99? What is that? You're 23?
23. So I just missed that, era. I just
Oh,
got
you're
a little
a
back of it.
baby.
Young, still feel old.
So, can you tell me a little bit about Pablo? Where does the name come from? Why did you pick that as your stage name? Is it your last name, Pablo?
Yeah, so like my full name is Dawson Pablo. The reason I picked it is because back in school, they didn't call me Dawson. They just call you Mr. Pablo, Pablo. So I rolled with it, and when I started making music, I just went with Pablo. That was it. That's the story.
So, okay, I think of Spanish, but what is your actual background? Like, what is your ethnicity?
Spanish. So yeah, a lot of people do think I'm Mexican Spanish.
You can pass for that. I can't lie. Look at you, got that little.
I got that little, maybe it's a mustache. I don't know, but yeah, no, definitely like I'm half Filipino. My dad's side, mom's
Okay.
side Ukrainian. So yeah, I'm mixed. But there's Spanish,
Filipino and Ukrainian?
Filipino, Ukrainian.
Wow.
I'm all.
Is your mom Filipino?
So no, my dad's Filipino. Yeah, mom, she was born and raised here, but her family's from the Ukraine.
The Ukraine.
And then my dad was born in the Philippines, and he came here when he was like 6, really young.
So who did the cooking in the family?
Cooking. Well, so when I was like first raised, they were both, cooking on and off, whatever the work schedule was. But then my dad started cooking a lot because my mom worked, so my dad would be home, at those times we'd come home from school and he'd cook. But then I got really into cooking, so like I'm chefing up like every day.
Because you see your dad
I'm
cook.
I'm chefing up every day. Every day I'm cooking. I'm just learning. I love the culinary thing. I probably should have went into that instead of music, maybe.
What is your favorite Filipino dish? And what is your favorite Ukrainian dish? Can your mom cook?
Yeah, my mom can cook too. I think like maybe she hasn't cooked in a while, but honestly, like favorite Filipino dish, I have to give chicken adobo.
Okay.
Some fresh rice and some adobo. It just hits, that's a good one.
So, okay, I know that you're actually from Timmins.
Yes.
Which is crazy.
T-town.
That is, Avril Lavigne's from there.
Is she?
Yeah.
Shania Twain.
Shania Twain.
Yeah.
So like
Young
those
Shania.
those are legends.
Yeah.
So you might be the legend right now in the making.
Might be the I don't know.
Okay.
Young Shania.
Young Shania. What?
AKA Young Shania. Yeah. They built like a mine thing. It was like the Shania Twain Center. It was like an iconic in Timmins. They recently tore it down, probably because it wasn't getting enough money. But
are you serious?
yeah, they built like a whole thing for.
I know they built it, but they tore it down.
Tore it down, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I think it's a park now.
Rude.
Some sand, it's kids and stuff.
That might have something to do with her ex-husband. I think her producer was like Wolfgang or something. Like just that name in itself. He's like some big
She just
Dude.
she's making these heartbreak records, you know. So
Yeah.
just turn it off.
But you know what? That they create legends in Timmins there. So
There's
what's
a lot of
something
talent.
that you've done in Timmins? Like, can you recall of anything like growing up? Like, what did you do
Yeah,
out there?
for sure. So like a lot of times I talk here, I like you ever shoot like a big animal, you know? I've like
Oh, you're into hunting.
yeah, maybe it's not good for the vegan people, but like up there, you know, it's very tribal. It's, also to the Aboriginal people, right? Hunting was like their thing up there, and same with like you know the Philippines. Hunting and gathering
Yes.
was a big part of the culture. So, yeah, I grew up. I was young. We were shooting. My dad used to take me hunting. We'd shoot partridge. I went moose hunting, deer hunting. You know, went a lot of hunting. So I ate a lot of like wild meats, and you know probably things that like a lot of city people don't experience. You know, shooting a wild like a big animal. It's like fuck. It's like you feel,
wild
yeah.
game.
I'll tell you, the adrenaline is just different. But I definitely do miss like you know the northern experience of like just hunting, fishing.
I too am from like the rural areas of outside the city. So like my grandpa taught me how to like do things young. You know, like being on the farms
Like
and
farming,
just
yeah.
like just everything and like being able to maintain certain things and clean certain things.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
you
saying?
ever,
So
like-
when you come to the city and people are acting like rah 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 rah, but
Yeah.
they don't even know how to
Scared to
like
wash the steak, you know? It's like you're like I was gutting like big animals and like it's just very strange to, you know, a lot of people, but it's that's where I was raised and like, you know, that was part of it.
That's great.
Yeah.
I love to hear that. So, okay, I gotta talk about this. Now that we're talking about your family and everything, your brother,
Yes, press.
okay, Preston Pablo, he has the #1 streaming song right now, Flowers Need Rain.
Shout out Preston. Yeah, no, he's got it just went gold.
Yeah, it
in
just
Canada.
went gold. And it's actually the #1 requested on Canadian radio right now
yes.
as well. So congratulations and shout
Congrats.
out to him.
Big song.
I know you have a story about that because I know you're involved in that.
Yeah,
Can
so
you tell us?
yeah, so the initial like we were in Timmins. It was last summer. Yeah, it was last summer. It's kind of around that time. He had recorded just an acoustic version or something on piano, like with those lyrics and everything. And he decided, he's like, you know what? Let's shoot a little Instagram reel. Let's post it. I said, okay, we set it up. So we just all did this creative stuff. You know, I gave him my guitar, some shades and stuff.
That's
We went
awesome.
outside, had like the fake rain. It's a beautiful song, you know. And
Beautiful.
he posted it, and you could right when he posted, I seen there was like this traction. It was just in the backyard in Timmins of my house, my mom and dad's house. We filmed in the backyard, and when he posted it, you could just tell everyone started engaging in it, and they just like. There was something about it. There's something special about it. That's why I said, yo, there's something special about this. So when he brought it to his team, they did. They heard it on the Instagram, and they shout out Banks and Ranks. They did an amazing job. They went back. They produced, you know, a pop, dance, something beautiful summer song, and here it is now. It's doing very good. So.
And it's doing very good. So have you been writing long? Did you start writing when you were like a child?
Songwriter, yeah. So I was writing, I was probably like 14 years old when I started.
Nice.
Like actually writing songs. A lot of them were obviously garbage at the beginning. It was more rap. I came into the rap, so I was writing, you know, 16 and stuff. I was a rapper.
Okay, can I
So,
ask you,
yeah.
before you get into that, of how you started writing your own songs, but can I ask you who your influences were? Like now that you're
right
telling me
now?
about rap.
So like back then, I was still listening to Drizzy. Drake
Okay,
was one.
Drake,
Yeah, Drake.
nice.
Schoolboy Q back then. I was always on that Schoolboy Q. Then like singing wise, like when I said like my parents were always playing Michael Jackson.
Of course.
Justin Timberlake, so Backstreet Boys. That stuff
Of
was like
course.
that was like, you know, that I think that's where like
That
the
much
ties of-
music
yeah.
vibe. Do you remember
music.
much
I love-
music?
of
Or
course,
do you
of
remember
course.
just streaming?
No, of course. I used to sit like my
Okay.
favorite songs. I'd wait and then I'd see the music videos.
And
I'd watch
MTV.
it. MTV. Yeah.
Okay.
I miss all that.
So
I
you
was still
remember
there.
that?
Yeah, of course. I was still there before this new era stuff. But entertainment was like back then. I think it was like raw, it was real, and like I just fell in love with those moments, you know, like the MTV stuff, and I think it probably did inspire me today, you know, of seeing that vision. So.
And actually seeing it from the ground up. Like,
Yeah.
I believe social media and everything helps.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think there's anything that's like, what do you think about social media now and the way that music has impacted the way that everything is promoted and
That's a good
social
question.
media, like tied in with the music and the personality of who you
Yeah.
are? Like, do you think it's a lot? Is it hard to keep up with the Joneses? Like,
That's a good question. I think like honestly now, like I think social media has brought a lot of like very talented artists, you know, to people, and it has created a lot of, you know, success in people's lives, which is amazing.
yes.
Then there's the downside of it. It's like it's so flooded, right? There's so many people, there's so much going on, and it's like, of course, there's a lot of artists, you know. It's almost like everyone's an artist these days, but like I see a lot of talent, you know, being just covered in dirt, and like it might be because of all that. Like there's so much of it that it's hard to uncover. Back then, it wasn't like that. It was like you have it or you don't. Now it's, you know, the money could buy your streams, you could buy your image, you could do all this stuff. It's so accessible, right? So, but I think hopefully, you know, we see a change
Do
in
you
like
think
social
that?
media.
Do you really think you can buy your image?
I think so.
I don't think so.
Like I think like in a sense like
Like, look at you.
like if I bought a whole bunch of fake jewelry, like a whole bunch of fake chains, and flexed out like I had all this money, I'm broke right now. Shout out to everyone. But you know what I'm saying?
No,
If
no,
I
no.
buy
You're not
the image,
lacking. You're just in
yeah,
your bag.
in
You're
my
getting
bag.
in your bag.
I'm like, you know, I'm just there. I'm just that guy right now. You know, I'm just a regular 23-year-old. But I'm just saying, in a sense of like buying it, I think like a lot of people do like, they might like buy like, I can go stand in front of a Ferrari and take like a picture, post on Instagram, be like new, like this, that. Like, you know, it might, you know, buy in that sense. And there's nothing wrong with it because everyone's got to flex a bit. But what I'm just saying is like, I feel like it could go too much over the top sometimes where people get tied in that trap of it, you know? It's like, and the music goes down, right? That's my idea of it.
Like, you feel like it overpowers, the antics overpower the music.
Sometimes, yeah, in a lot of ways, yeah.
So I think that comes from like in our era, like just recently, the antics. I think it comes from 6ix9ine. Okay?
6ix9ine.
Yes.
Yo, shout out to Tekashi 6ix9ine.
Okay,
Yeah.
he's crazy, but anyway, that's a whole nother story. Then I think in Toronto, it was like, you know, similar antics was like top 5.
Top 5,
You
bro.
know what I mean?
I used to talk to him, bro.
Freedom is a must.
Yo,
Freedom is a must, right?
Yeah.
And now we recently have Mula. He's doing.
Well, I seen that interview, yeah.
So, do you think? I mean, you being more in like an R&B sector, do you think that the antics would be a positive thing for R&B artists to like get noticed more? Because we have to really look at it like R&B is being overlooked in every fucking way.
It's being slept on these days. I feel like a lot of ways, and I think it's true. I think it's like those small finesses that you have to like make, but still keep yourself. Because like once you're there, I don't want to fake it too much. Then you're there. It's like, what do you really have to show? You know, people will eventually, like you're gonna say, all these artists, bigger names, like people are smart. At the end of the day, they'll figure stuff out, and you know, your career might go on a trajectory. You might go up there, but if it's once they understand it's not you know what I mean. The music just is not real anymore. That's what I like. For me, I'm not that. I'm just trying to make music. You know, that's true
I
to
feel
myself.
like you have
and,
a core fan base.
I
like,
do. Small, you know.
Which is great. Because you know
Nothing
what?
wrong
And
with
you
it.
should keep building that. Like, I feel like you could be a great festival artist.
Thank you.
Just
That'd be dope.
totally build yourself up because you're a great performer. You have the look. You know what I mean?
Appreciate
Your songs resonate. Even when I was
think
going
it's-
through my interview material with Saeed here, I remembered the songs when you played, you know, just refreshing my own stuff to prepare myself. I feel like you do have this like quality about you that's totally marketable.
Appreciate
As
that.
does your brother, right?
Of course, and that's
So
exactly.
it runs in the family. Like,
Runs in
so
the
who do
family,
you get it
musical
from? Where
family.
does it come from?
So yeah, my family is a musical family. My sister plays the piano. I play the guitar. Brother the drums. You know, my dad sang some Filipino country music. I don't know,
Beautiful.
but it was like I said, a musical family, and I think like you just said, it came down to like marketing and everything. Right now, it's like brand new. We're just trying to get out there and just have people.
Well, you've been
appreciate
doing the
music,
work because you've been dropping a single every
Yes.
month,
Every month.
self-funded for a year.
Yes, for this whole year,
This
every
whole
month.
year.
Yeah, every month, trying to put together a new song, video. Trying to
So
promote
what
it.
is your favorite song? Like, I want to go through your
Yeah.
track list here. We're on Spotify. So go to his Spotify, okay, guys? It's Pablo.
Yes. Pablo,
Okay.
Crossing the O.
So we got Party in LA, which
That's
I was actually told was your first breakout
That
song.
was and I was literally in high school when
Okay.
that song came out. So like this might be a story to tell. I was in high school and we used to go to parties, and everyone.
Saeed, are you going to talk about this?
Oh, I don't think I know this story.
You know the story, man.
Okay, you
now
tell
you
the
know it.
story.
So like, I was in high school. I recorded music. You have a girl you like. I was like, that same thing. It's like you get heartbroken, or you see her at a party with another man. So I was like, yo, we just record like some song. And the whole initially, I've never been to LA, but the whole concept.
You've
of
never
the song,
been?
No.
Oh
so
my God, you would fit in
I would-
so
thank you.
much.
I gotta
Look
go
at
this
you.
year. This year, 100%. I'm gonna.
Okay,
I'm
so
just
that's
gonna
on your
book the
bucket
fucking-
list?
Book the fucking flight. Let's go.
For the year, a bucket list year.
Yeah, this year, new year, new me. It was going. But yeah, I threw that song out in high school, wrote it. Like I said, it was about like a place I'd never been and trying to experience it with a girl. And yeah, it went off. Like I don't know how it just blew up. And everyone, I used to go to the local parties, like all my friends would throw like big bashers. And then, night would go on like, yo, play your song, man. I'm like, oh, I was all shy. And it's like, they play it. And the first time they played it, everyone was singing the lyrics. And I was like, what? Like, no way.
Isn't that the best feeling?
This feeling, and like, inspired me. My brother was there. Hopefully inspired him. And I said, like, my boy Leo, shout out Leo. He was the founder of all this. All this stuff is crazy. And now we're here, and we're just trying to make better music.
Oh, and you're gonna keep going.
Thank you.
So what? Your latest is what? Summer's Over.
Yeah. So my latest track, Summer's Over. Go stream
Okay.
it right now. It's a little R&B vibe, right? Transition from the summer into the fall. And I got my brothers on that for a little interlude part. And it's gonna be part of the EP that's gonna be coming out.
And you also like engineer your own work too.
Yes.
Like you're not just the cute face and the voice. Like you engineer.
Engineered, yeah. I love engineering, and like I think engineers should definitely get a lot more recognition than
Definitely, they stamp.
'Cause
You
they
should
stamp, yeah.
stamp your sound.
100%.
And I'm sure you've already done that.
And like
Wink, wink.
and like I said, like shout out Rain too. He's been engineering a lot of my stuff recently. He works in the studio, and great guy. But he knows engineers. Like I started engineering when I was young. Learning all YouTube. I think that's the best way for artists to do it. Just like look at YouTube videos.
Like
learn.
YouTube tutorials.
Yeah, and it helped me build my style, and as well as like other artists. And like my brother, when he first started recording, I'd love to engineer other people's music because I'd love to hear it the way they initially heard it in their head. And once you get that, that's when it's game over. It's like, so shout out all the engineers.
Okay. You know what? I just really think that you should continue and keep going, and I think you're going to go very far. Is there anything else you'd
Thank you.
like the world to know?
Yeah, I think.
If I may, actually,
Yeah.
let's also talk about. So you learned how to engineer and produce yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Let's also talk about what a lot of independent artists are really finding trouble with, or sometimes even lacking. How did you market your music? Like, how did you learn from zero to now? How did you gain those streams and fans?
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Honestly, like for a lot of artists, like new upcoming artists, and like I say, it's not an easy process. But I think for me, what worked the most was like seeing it before you do anything. Like every vision I had was with the marketing I did as an independent artist was like, okay, when you see yourself, how do you see it? You know what I mean? It's like if you look in the mirror and if you want to watch your own music video, how would you see it? How would you see your Instagram feed? How would you hear your songs? And like I think piecing it together is like what do you see? Like in that initial, if you could just like picture something of, you know, the future, I think that's what helped me with the marketing in a sense of like style, sound. And I'm still growing on like, you know, developing. And you'll find that along the way, but you just have to like have a clear kind of focus on like what you want. And a lot of times like it's hard. It's definitely hard because like it's like, oh man, like I want to sound like The Weeknd. I want to sound like Drake. I want to sound like Tory Lanez on this record. But those bounce backs are the things that kind of like put you in your place. Okay, no, I shouldn't. I want to sound like me now. You know what I mean? So finding your own voice, and a lot of times, like at the beginning of when you're starting to record music, you're not gonna like the way you hear yourself in the mic. Like same way when you hear your voice, like when you're filming it, it's like nah. But you find ways, and that's I think for marketing that's what I did with myself, and I'm trying to do that right now. Just being with style, everything. Visual like music videos, you know, I usually have a vision in hand before I bring it to the director. I have a vision board, and for streams and stuff like, which is very hard, stay consistent.
Yeah.
I took a break a couple years back, and I shouldn't have. And like a year, you know, is way too much to get back.
It's a
Like,
lot.
It's a long time, right? So like a lot of these people. Even myself, it's like, man, the ego gets away, like TikTok, this and that. Nah.
When you're hot, you're hot. Do you think like exactly ego and like narcissist? Like let's be honest, to be a genius at this shit, you have to be a little bit narcissistic.
You have to
You're
be a
in your
bit
own
crazy.
world. Like it's weird. It gets weird.
It does get weird. And like I said, you get in your head. And like when other people have something to say about you, you think about that about yourself, and like.
Do you think that's
You know?
hard to like okay, I know everyone wants to know. Do you have a girlfriend?
No.
So are
Single.
you looking for like the special someone? Are you just chilling? Like what's your vibe?
I like that. It's a vibe. So right now, I did have a girlfriend. You know, it was a good time. It was a learning experience for me. And I think it definitely like it grew me as like a man to now. You know what I'm saying? Every man has to go through that love phase, and you decide whether it grows you or it lessens you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I took it as a learning thing, and you know, it helped me. Right now, I'm single. I'm focused on the music. That's the main drive. I don't have really time to. I don't want to be selfish and dedicate my stuff to, or say I'm gonna do all this stuff and not do it. If it's a one night thing, it's a one night thing, you know. But right now, I'm focused. You know what I mean? So if you wanna shoot me a DM, I don't know.
You're not trying to get a little shorty wop, like.
Yeah, it's like once in here, once there. It's cool, you know. But it's been a rough couple years because you know COVID and stuff. So.
Oh, isn't that crazy? Yeah. Don't even get me started. I don't want to even get political in this interview. So anyway, you know what, political. Pablo? I really enjoyed our time. I love it. I want you to keep going. Please tell the fans where they can find your music and what you got coming up and what you want to promote right now on Gems Life Live. Give me a shout out.
Shout out Gems Life Live. Right now, follow your boy Pablo's Mask on Instagram, Pablo on Spotify. I got an EP coming out, 6 songs. It's gonna be a nice little sexy collage of some dark R&B, you know. It's gonna be perfect for the winter time. Get ready for that. And some new music in the new year, and I think we're gonna take over.
You definitely are. And Gems Life wants to follow you, so thank you so much. We're gonna follow you on your journey.
Thank you guys for having me.
Awesome. Peace.